This is Julian speaking, bringing you the latest Malifaux battle report out of the breach. 3rd edition is finally released, and I'm happy to present the first battle report with the final rules. The physical cards weren't present at the time of recording, so we had to help ourselves with our own prints. For all of you who want to learn more about Malifaux, the rules, or the new cards, I have a link in the video description down below. And best of all, it is completely free. But enough intro, grab a drink of your choosing and enjoy the battle report. The strategy we play is called Plant Explosives, so a little chaos should reign. Oh, and you know that thing about chaos? It's fair. It is the goal of each crew to equip themselves with explosive tokens and place them in form of strategy markers with an interact action on the opponent's side of the board. But no friendly strategy marker can be placed within 6 inches to another friendly strategy marker. At the beginning of the game, both players place 5 explosive tokens on their models. Minions can get 1 and non-minions up to 2 tokens. If a model with an explosive token is killed within 3 inches of an enemy model, the enemy model can decide to pick it up. And as usual, at the end of each turn, starting with a second, a crew gains 1 victory point if there are more strategy markers on the opponent's table half, then this crew has earned victory points from this strategy. The schemes to choose from are: harness the ley line. The crew tries to place scheme markers on the center line. Dig their graves. An enemy model has to die within 1 inch of a friendly scheme marker, and at the end of the game there should be 3 different scheme markers within 1 inch of 3 different corpse or scrap markers. Take prisoner. 1 noted enemy model should be separated from the rest of their crew and survive the battle. Assassinate. The enemy leader should bleed first, on or below half of his or her health, and then die. Claim jump. A secretly chosen friendly model has to be next to the center of the board without any enemies around and survive the battle. And here is an overview of the battlefield. With knowledge of the table, the strategy and schemes both declare their factions and their leaders. So it is Arcanists with Rasputina against Neverborn with Pandora. The Winter Witch primarily has the ability to blast people with ice magic, augmenting this power with the ability to create numerous ice pillars across the battlefield, blocking off avenues of movement and using these newly created pillars as mirrors to bounce her spells off of. This gives Rasputina an extended range to threaten enemies she might otherwise be unable to see, so that she can support the rest of her icy cultists by harassing her enemies from the backlines of the battlefield. The Cult of December is primarily split into 2 groups. Cannibal cultists that can eat corpses to heal themselves, and ice creatures that become ice pillars when they are killed. Both of these groups utilize the ice pillars in different ways, whether they use them as potential weapons, new paths to traverse the table, or as altars to sacrifice to their master, December. Once December has come, her enemies will freeze. Pandora is notorious for twisting enemies' attack back upon them, and little has changed in 3rd edition. In addition to forcing enemy models to harm themselves, Pandora is also very good at controlling enemy activations via her Mood Swings ability, which allows her to discard a card or a pass token to choose which model an opponent must activate next. As the embodiment of negative emotions, each of Pandora's woes are tied to a specific condition, allowing them to capitalize on that condition with their misery and opportunist abilities, allowing for a cornucopia of versatile effects. Rasputina's keyword is December. Her crew contains her totem, the Wendigo, an ice golem with the upgrade Soulstone Cache, a Blessed of December, one Silent One with an upgrade Magical Training, and one Silent One without any upgrades, and Cassandra. She costs 1 Soulstone extra cause she's neither December nor versatile, leaving 7 Soulstones for the battle. Pandora has the keyword Woe. Her crew contains her totem, the Poltergeist, a Teddy with the upgrade Inhuman Reflexes, Baby Kate with the upgrade Ancient Pact, Candy, Iggy, and a Doppelganger, leaving also 7 Soulstones for the battle. Both players choose Harness the Leyline. Rasputina tries to get a claim jump with her Ice Golem, and Pandora tries Take Prisoner on the Silent One without any upgrades. And here the 2 crews after deployment. The red glass beads represent the explosive tokens. And now we can finally start the game with turn 1, but not without the friendly handshake. Both are flipping for initiative. An 8 against the red joker, and Bernd chooses that Björn can gain the initiative, so Rasputina's crew has the first activation. Both players have exactly 7 models in play, so no pass token. A Silent One activates, walks once and tries to create an ice pillar. Flipping an 8, a 5 would be enough and she can create a height 4 blocking, impassable and destructible ice pillar marker within 12 inches. Destructible means that a model can take an action within 1 inch to remove the marker. The doppelganger activates, walks once, and takes the concentrate action to gain the focus +1 condition. Then she's using her bonus action Blend In to discard a card to gain concealment until the end phase. So every non-claw action targeting her gains a minus. Rasputina activates and walks once. Then she tries to cast through the ice pillar marker on the poltergeist. Björn is discarding a card to be able to declare triggers. We are doing this way too early cause he can wait till the moment where triggers should be declared. I apologize for that mistake. And Rasputina is flipping a 4 of tomes against a 12 of crows. So Björn cheats with an 11 of masks and declares the onslaught trigger to do the action again, and flips damage at a single negative, resulting in moderate damage of 3 with a blast marker. Because the poltergeist is incorporeal, the 3 damage is reduced to 2, so he goes down to 3 health, and Candy gets 2 damage, going down to 6. The trigger attack hits with a 13, resulting in a damage flip without any modifiers. Björn flips weak damage, cheating severe, killing the poltergeist, and handing out 3 damage to Candy. Bernd spends a soulstone to reduce the damage. He flips moderate to reduce the damage by 2. And then Rasputina uses her last action to create an ice pillar next to Candy. Baby Kate activates, moves once, takes the concentrate action for focus +1 and uses his bonus action Where's the Teddy? Needs a 6, flipping a 13. Teddy can move 5 inches toward Baby Kate. The other silent one activates and uses both of her actions to create more ice pillars, blocking the path between 2 houses. Iggy activates, uses his bonus action Reckless to suffer 1 damage and gain fast. Then he moves twice and concentrates. The Ice Golem activates next and moves twice. Pandora activates next and uses Despair's influence on Candy. At first, she has to discard a card to push Candy up to 3 inches in any direction. And until the end phase, Candy can add the suit of the discarded card, a ram, to all of her final duel totals. Then Pandora moves once and declares her shockwave attack, Fierce Given Form. A shockwave requires just a simple duel. Pandora needs at least a 7. A 3 is not enough, but she can cheat with a 9 of masks. Now a shockwave marker is placed within 10 inches. All models within 2 inch of the marker must pass a willpower 13 duel or suffer 2 damage. Pandora can declare the trigger Mass Hysteria. It allows her to push damaged models up to 3 inches in any direction. The Ice Golem is in reach and fails the test, but his armor of 2 reduces the damage to 1, and Pandora decides to push him 3 inches. Now the Wendigo activates, moves once, and tries to copy a spell from Rasputina with his ability December's Pawn. He tries to cast an ice pillar, needing tomes, flipping a mask, and declines to cheat. Candy activates, moves once, and uses her goodie basket on Iggy to heal him for 1, 2, or 3. A 9 of rams is enough. Having the ram built in anyway, we remember Pandora's Despair's influences. She can use the ram to declare the trigger Tear of a Bite, treating herself with a heal of 2. A weak flip heals Iggy for 1, bringing him back to full health. And Candy goes up to 7 again. Cassandra moves twice and uses her bonus action Finesse, giving all claw attacks against her a negative until the end phase. Teddy walks twice, but the severe terrain reduces his movement by half. Last but not least, the Blessed of December activates, and she tries to leap. A 3 is not enough, so the action fails, and she decides to walk twice. During the end phase, she can push up to 4 inches because of her ability Deadly Pursuit, but she decides not to do so. And here is an overview over the battlefield at the end of turn 1. This time without pop music. Turn 2. Björn is winning the initiative and takes the first activation. But before, they have to count their models, and Bernd gains 1 pass token. Rasputina gets the first activation and she tries to create more ice pillars. She discards a card to be able to declare triggers. We do this way too early, cause the card discard happens when she wants to declare a trigger, so later on. Little mistakes here and there, we're still learning. A 2 is not enough, but with an 8 of tomes she is able to declare the Frozen Domain trigger to be able to place 2 ice pillar markers. Second action, more pillars. A 5 is enough, so a pillar can be placed next to Pandora. And last but not least, more ice pillars. A 3 is not enough, but with a 7 she can create another one. Bernd spends a pass token, so Björn has to activate again. A silent one activates and she creates another ice pillar and casts through the first one a second one next to the doppelganger. Iggy activates within 1 inch of an ice pillar, so he gains slow because he's not discarding a card. Then he uses his bonus action Reckless to gain fast. They cancel each other, and he uses his 2 actions to remove both ice pillar markers. The other silent one moves once and creates an ice pillar through another one next to Candy. Baby Kate moves twice and uses his bonus action Where's the Teddy on Pandora. Needing a 6, a 3 is not enough, so the action fails. The Ice Golem activates next and walks twice. The Doppelganger activates and discards a card to avoid gaining the slow condition. Then she moves around the ice pillar and places a scheme marker on the center line. Cassandra activates and uses her bonus action for a walk. Then she spits a fireball in the direction of the Doppelganger. The attack would miss, but she cheats with a 13, flipping damage without any modifiers, resulting in a moderate damage of 3 and burning +1. Cassandra throws another ball of fire with her formidably breathing technique, hitting with a 13, flipping damage without modifiers, resulting in another moderate damage of 3 and burning +1. So the Doppelganger has burning +2 and is down to 2 health. The wind carries the smell of charred flesh over the battlefield. Candy activates and discards a card to avoid the slow condition. Then she uses her goodie basket to heal Iggy, spending a soul stone to add a ram to the duel. She flips the black joker, failing the action. Then she uses her bonus action Glimpse of Insanity on the Ice Golem, hitting with the red joker and declares the trigger on your heals. The Ice Golem gets stunned, and because of the declared trigger, Candy is placed into base contact with him. Then she uses her tactical action Temper Tantrum. She needs at least a 4, flipping a 1, but she can cheat with an 8 of masks and declares the trigger Bloody Display. At first, all enemy models in a pulse of 4 inches have to pass a Willpower 14 duel or gain slow. The Ice Golem is the only one in range, failing the duel but cheats with a 10 to succeed. Now he has to pass another Willpower 14 duel because of the declared trigger. He fails and is pushed 4 inches away from Candy. The Wendigo activates, walks once, and places a scheme marker on the center line. Pandora activates and gains slow because of the ice pillar. Then she moves once and uses her bonus action The Box Opens. Needing a 7, she flips a 9 and all enemy models in a pulse of 6 inches have to pass a target number 14 willpower duel or suffer 2 damage and gain stunned. The only enemy model in range is the Wendigo and he fails his test, so he gains 2 damage and stunned. Because a model within 6 inches of Pandora gains a condition, she can choose to move it up to 2 inches or have it suffer 1 damage. Pandora moves the Wendigo 2 inches back. Then she uses her shockwave attack Fierce Given Form. Needing at least a 7, A 2 is not enough, but with an 11 of masks, she can declare the mass hysteria trigger. But the Silent One and the Wendigo passing their willpower duels, so nothing happens. The Blessed of December activates, she succeeds in her leap. Then she walks once and uses one of her explosive tokens to drop a strategy marker. Teddy activates and charges. The attack would miss, but he cheats with a 12. Flips damage at double negative, resulting in a weak damage of 3, reducing the Blessed of December to 5 health. The second attack from Teddy misses, then he discards a card to flurry, but the flurry attack also misses. And during the end phase, the Blessed of December pushes a little bit to the side, and the doppelganger gets 1 damage from burning. Rasputina gets her first victory point for plant explosives. And here's an overview over the battlefield at the end of turn 2. Turn 3. Both are spending a soul stone to draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Björn wins the initiative and Bernd gains 1 pass token. Rasputina activates and takes the concentrate action. Then she attacks Candy, spending the focus and 1 soul stone for a mask. She forgets her heart of ice and that she's ruthless, meaning she's not affected by manipulative. Next time she will remember that she's cold as ice. The attack would miss, but cheating a 13 she can hit and flip damage at a single positive, resulting in severe damage of 4. Candy spends 1 soulstone to prevent damage, but flips weak, preventing just 1 damage, and goes down to 4 health. The trigger attack hits, but cannot declare any triggers, so Candy can declare her defensive trigger disarming to reduce the damage by 2. Rasputina flips severe again, and Candy spends 1 soulstone to reduce it further. Flipping moderate, reducing the damage to 0. For her last action, Rasputina attacks again, spending 1 soulstone to cancel the manipulative with a positive. Candy is so charming that everyone forgets ruthless. The attack hits, Candy accepts the result, and Rasputina cheats with a 9 of masks for a tie, declares her onslaught trigger and denies Candy her disarming. She flips damage at a double negative, resulting in weak damage for 2, bringing Candy down to 2 health. But the trigger attack misses. The doppelganger activates and uses her bonus action Mimic to copy Cassandra's sword. A 1 is not enough, but with a 6 of crows, she can even declare the trigger Mental Trauma. Cassandra has to discard a card or suffer 3 damage. So Cassandra discards. Then she charges Cassandra and hit her with her own sword, spending the focus for the attack. But Cassandra cheats high and the attack misses. Because the doppelganger has the ability Don't Mind Me, she can take interact actions even while she is engaged. So she spends her explosive token to drop a strategy marker. The Blast of December activates and succeeds in her jump. She places within 6 inches, walks once behind the forest, and uses her second explosive token to drop a strategy marker. Candy activates next, discarding a card to not gain slow, and dropping a scheme marker on the center line. Then she uses her bonus action Glimpse of Insanity against Cassandra, spending a soulstone for a mask to be able to declare her trigger on your heels to place in base contact with Cassandra. But she flips the black joker and the action fails. Then she uses her second action to spend one of her explosive token to drop a strategy marker. The painted silent one activates and uses both of her actions to create 2 more ice pillars through another one, placing them on the center line on the right flank. Pandora activates and uses her action Despair's Influence to discard a card to push Baby Kate 3 inches. Then she walks once and uses her bonus action The Box Opens. She succeeds and the Wendigo has to test, but he also succeeds, so nothing happens. Then she's using her shockwave attack Fierce Given Form. She succeeds with a mask and can declare the trigger Mass Hysteria, forcing the Wendigo and the Silent One for a test. The Wendigo fails and dies. The Silent One fails also, but she has the shielded condition, reducing the damage by 1, and because of Mass Hysteria, Pandora pushes her 3 inches. The other Silent One activates and shoots her Ice Blast on Candy. The attack hits, and the trigger Mutilate is built in and declared, flipping damage at a single negative, resulting in weak damage of 1 and slow for Candy, reducing her to 1 health. Then she shoots once more, but Candy defends herself with a red joker and the attack fails. Baby Kate activates and discards a card to not gain slow. Then he uses his first action to destroy 1 ice pillar, and his second action to drop a scheme marker. Then he tries his bonus action Where's the Teddy, but the action fails. The Ice Golem activates and charges. Uses his charge attack against Candy. The attack would miss, but he cheats with a red joker. Because he's stunned, he cannot declare triggers. Therefore, Candy can declare her defensive trigger, Disarming. He flips damage at a single negative, resulting in a weak damage of 3, reduced by 2 because of Candy's trigger. She uses a Soul Stone to reduce the damage to 0. Then he discards a card to Flurry to gain another attack. The attack would hit, but Candy defends herself with an 11. Then he uses his last action to attack again. The attack hits, a damage flip at a single negative, weak damage of 3, reduced by 2, and Candy is killed. And the Ice Golem can take the explosive token from Candy for himself. Then he can add 1 Soul Stone to the Soul Stone pool of his crew, because the ability Recharge Soul Stone on his upgrade allows him that if a model within 3 inches is killed, to do so. Teddy activates, walks once, and uses an interact action to remove the strategy marker and gain 1 explosive token. Cassandra activates and attacks the doppelganger. The attack hits, resulting in weak damage, and kills the doppelganger. With her inbuilt trigger, she can move 3 inches. Then she uses her bonus action for a walk and an interact action to drop a strategy marker. Because of her ability Celebrity, she can choose, after resolving an interact action, an enemy model within 6 inches to gain Distracted +1. So she chooses Iggy to gain Distracted +1. Iggy activates and uses Reckless to suffer 1 damage and gain Fast. Then he walks twice and charges. He stays within 1 inch of the Silent One and 3 inches to the Ice Golem. Then he uses his charge attack against the Silent One. But he's distracted, so the attack gains a negative, and the attack misses. Both crews have 2 strategy markers in the opponent's table half. Pandora's crew gains her first victory point for the strategy, and Rasputina her second. Then Pandora reveals Harness the Ley Line and removes 3 scheme markers from the center line to gain her first victory point for this scheme. And she reveals Take Prisoner on the unpainted Silent One to gain the first victory point for that. So it's 2 victory points for Rasputina and 3 victory points for Pandora. No overview over the battlefield this time. I was stressed and confused, so apologies for that. Turn 4. Pandora's crew is winning the initiative cause she has +2, +1 from the pass token from last turn, and +1 from the upgrade Ancient Pact. But she hands it over to Rasputina, so Rasputina's crew has to take the first activation this turn. Both players are counting their models on the table, and Pandora gets 2 pass token. Rasputina gets the first activation and uses her first action to concentrate. Then she wants to cast into the engagement on Iggy, spending a Soul Stone and her focus to get a double positive on the attack flip, cause we are still forgetting that she is ruthless. She can attack with a straight flip. The attack would hit. Iggy cheats with a 12, but she can hit with a 13 of masks and can declare her onslaught trigger. She flips damage without any modifiers, resulting in weak damage of 2, but she can cheat a severe 4 damage for Iggy, and Iggy is killed. And for her third action, Rasputina tries to create an ice pillar. She flips a 12 of tomes and declares the trigger Frozen Domain. so she can place 2 ice pillar markers. Bernd spends a pass token so Björn can activate again. The painted silent one activates and uses both of her actions to create more ice pillars. She has to cheat both actions to succeed, but she can create 2 ice pillar markers around baby Kate to entomb him in the ice. And Bernd spends another pass token so Björn can continue his activations. The other silent one activates, walks twice to be in base contact with the strategy marker. Now Teddy activates, discards a card to not gain slow, walks once, and destroys one of the ice pillar markers. The ice golem activates, walks once, and uses an interact action and one of his explosive tokens to drop a strategy marker. Baby Kate activates and discards a card to not gain slow. Then he walks once and uses his interact action and one of his explosive token to drop a strategy marker. Then he uses his bonus action Where is the Teddy to move Teddy towards him, and he flips the Black Joker. Fortunately, baby Kate has the Ancient Pact upgrade that allows him to flip another card instead. So the action succeeds and Teddy can move to baby Kate. The Blessed of December activates, walks twice, and succeeds in her leap. Pandora activates and discards a card to not gain slow. Then she walks 3 times to get in close combat and stay in close combat with the Blessed of December and be within 3 inches to the Ice Golem. Then she's using her bonus action, the box opens. The action would fail, but she can cheat. The Ice Golem has to test first, he succeeds. The Blessed of December would fail, but she can cheat and nothing happens. Cassandra activates and drops a scheme marker in base contact. Then she uses her bonus action for a walk and her second action to drop another scheme marker. During the end phase, the Blessed of December pushes a little bit to the side. Here is the overview over the battlefield at the end of turn 4 before scoring. Both crews have 3 strategy markers on the opponent's side of the board. So it's the 3rd strategy point for Rasputina and the 2nd strategy point for Pandora. Rasputina's crew can reveal that she's also playing Harness the Ley Line, and she gets her first point for this scheme. So at the end of turn 4, it's 4-4. Turn 5. Bernd wins the initiative, takes the first activation and gets 3 pass token. Baby Kate gets the first activation, He walks once and uses his bonus action Where's the Teddy? He succeeds and Teddy can move towards baby Kate. Then he takes the charge action and the charge attack against the silent one. He spends his focus for the attack. The attack hits. He flips damage at a double positive, resulting in a severe damage of 4. The shielded condition from the silent one reduces the damage by 1, and the silent one survives with 2 health. The ice golem activates and drops a scheme marker on the center line. Then he takes the charge action and the charge attack against Pandora. He passes Pandora's terrifying check. The attack would hit. Pandora cheats with an 11 of masks. And the Ice Golem cheats with a 12 of tomes. The Ice Golem can declare his chill trigger to hand out slow to Pandora after damaging her, and Pandora declares her defensive trigger Dark Thoughts. The Ice Golem flips damage at a single negative, resulting in weak damage of 3. Pandora goes down to 9 health. Pandora gains the slow condition and the Ice Golem gains the stun condition. Pandora decides to trigger her misery aura to move the Ice Golem 2 inches. Bernd spends a pass token, so Björn has to activate again. He activates the Blast of December and she tries to attack Pandora, passing her terrifying check. The attack hits. The Blast of December can declare her trigger Critical Strike +1 for the damage. She flips damage at a single negative and flips the Red Joker. Severe damage of 6, Critical Strike trigger +1, Red Joker +1, 8 damage for Pandora, bringing her down to 1 health. Another attack against Pandora. The Blast of December passes her terrifying check. The attack hits. Pandora cheats with a Red Joker up to a 19, but the Blast of December can tie that with a 13. She flips damage at double negative, moderate damage, and Pandora is dead. Teddy activates, walks once, and uses an interact action and one of his explosive token to drop a strategy marker. And the last activations from Rasputina's crew: Cassandra drops 2 scheme markers, Rasputina walks twice and picks up one of the strategy markers, and the other silent one picks up another strategy marker. So no victory points for the strategy, and the Arcanists with Rasputina can gain the 2nd point for Harness the Ley Line, finishing the game with a victory 5-4 for the Arcanists. What a game! I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I would like to thank you for watching and staying with me until the end. It means a lot to me. I hope I could improve my English, and a shout out to Michael Matthews. I've tried to take your tips as a guideline. Please let me know if I'm heading in the right direction. I appreciate any constructive criticism from all of you, and I'm looking forward to your comments. Thank you. I hope you will always find a handful of soul stones in your pocket, because you never know upon whom or what you will stumble out there. This was Julian speaking, and I hope to see you for another battle report out of the breach.